Jeanette here from All Things Natural, and welcome back to my channel. I'm grateful that you guys are here, very blessed by the Lord. And today we are very blessed by the Lord because I have 6 dozen eggs that I need to preserve, and then I also have my eggs back here that I need to preserve. So I've got a lot of eggs. We do not wash our eggs, we do not refrigerate our eggs. The hens lay their eggs and there's a protective film that's around those eggs, and so we don't want to wash them and we do not want to refrigerate them because that kills the protective film that's over those eggs. And our girls have been laying all throughout the winter, so now they're really picking up because of spring. So we are definitely in the business right now of preserving our amazing eggs that our girls are blessing us with. So there is another way that you can preserve eggs, and I did this last winter, and that was using pickling lime. And it's really just an equal ratio of pickling lime and water. I do a lot of baking, and I do make a lot of dog treats on my own, so I've been using these eggs for that purpose, and it has been working out fantastic. So I can do another video on that when I get ready to preserve some more eggs with my pickling lime, but that's just another way to preserve your eggs. But today what I'm going to do is I'm going to preserve them using my freeze dryer. So I do have a freeze dryer. It is a Harvest Right freeze dryer, but I'm gonna scramble all these up, just way easier, it's a lot faster. And then I'm gonna fill up my trays here. And I can fit 4 trays. I have a medium size. I can fit 4 trays into my Harvest Right freeze dryer. I always freeze my food before it goes into the freeze dryer. It helps the freeze dryer, and it definitely helps the quality of the freeze drying process. Okay, so let's get our pan going. All right, I do save my eggshells because, again, I do freeze dry my eggshells, and I do give my dogs the eggshell powder, and I do make pill capsules out of our powdered eggshells for ourselves. It's great for magnesium, calcium. If you're going through menopause, it's really great for you to take eggshell powder. We are 1 dozen down. Let's scramble them all up here. Okay guys, as you can see, we are getting very close here to our scrambled eggs being done. So I'm gonna stir that up just a little bit more, and then I'm gonna transfer it over onto my trays. And then I'm gonna continue on with scrambling up my 5 more dozen eggs that I have. And the good thing about freeze drying these eggs that this will last me, once they are in the freeze dryer and they are completed, this will last me, you know, several years, 8 to 10 years at least. So this is really great. So we are good there. I'm gonna grab one of my trays. And right now, I'm just gonna start pouring those scrambled eggs onto this tray. Whatever I drop on the ground, my dogs are here to make sure that it does not go to waste. Always in the kitchen with me. They get pushed out a lot because they're always in my way. Okay, so it looks like I've got my scrambled eggs here now. Put my pan off to the side. Your eggs do not go over whatever it is you have on your tray, does not go over the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and scramble up some more, and then I'm gonna make sure that my tray is full, and then I'm gonna place that in the freezer. Okay, I'm ready to go ahead and fill up the rest of my tray now. We're fairly close. Okay, looks like that'll do it there. And I just kind of go through and kind of tap it down some. Make sure I'm not over the edge. Our first tray is full. So I am going to start filling another tray. Okay guys, so while the eggs are continuing to cook, I'm going to show you how I preserve my eggshells. So my eggshells I freeze. I just get a Ziploc bag and then I put it into the freezer. So that way when I'm ready to freeze dry them, they are good to go. So I've saved all of the eggs that I've been cracking. Now, you're going to have some hens that are a little bit messy, and if you end up with something like this that's got, like, you know, a little bit of poop or a little bit of mud, or sometimes when it rains we get mud, and, you know, some hens we do get a little bit of poop. You can do one of two things. If you compost, you can put those eggshells into your compost, and that is what I do, and I think that that works just great. Or you can grab a very damp towel, either a washcloth or I use a paper towel, and you can just wipe it off. But if it's very messy, I would just throw that in the compost or just throw it away. So I'm going to make sure that my eggshells are in good shape. I'm going to crunch them up, and I'm going to place those into the bag there. I've looked at these eggshells before I started the video, so these are in good shape. But yeah, once I get full on my Ziploc bag in the freezer, when I get a freeze dry run going, then I'm going to add that in, and I will show you that because I will be making some eggshell powder here shortly. So that's what I do with my eggshells. I never want anything good that's from the Lord and from our chickens to go to waste. So that is how I preserve my eggshells. Okay guys, so we've got all 4 trays are full of our scrambled eggs, and so now it's time for me to transport them into the freezer, and I'm going to let them freeze for about 30 minutes or so before I put it into the freeze dryer. So 2 in there, as you can see, 2 of my trays are in there. I have some wax paper over that because I'm going to lay the other 2 trays on top of it, and that's just so they don't stick and you get the scrambled eggs on the bottom of the freeze dryer tray. So that's why I've put I just have 1 sheet of wax paper. You can see I've got my eggshells there that are preparing to go into the freeze dryer as well. I will probably do my scrambled eggs first, and then I will throw another batch in. So let's go ahead and add our other 2 trays. Okay, and so we are good to go. We've got 4 trays of scrambled eggs. That was exactly 6 dozen eggs. So we are going to let that freeze. All right guys, so I have let the scrambled eggs freeze. So I'm gonna go ahead and start my freeze dryer. Again, I have the Harvest Right freeze dryer. It's a size medium. It has 4 trays. I have cleaned it out. I clean it with vodka. It does look like a little mini, I don't know, dishwasher dryer or something. So I'm just going to turn the knob and lock it. It should be nice and tight and shut. It's your drain valve. So my drain valve is now closed in the upright position. There's also a button that is in the back of the freeze dryer. That is my on and off switch. So I'm going to turn that on. And you will see my screen will turn on. My husband programmed it to say, I think it's like hello Jeanette or Jeanette's Harvest Right. So that was pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and hit start. Now that my drain valve is closed, I'm going to hit start. It is going to cool the chamber, as you can hear it starting. It's going to cool the chamber for 15 minutes, and then I can load my trays. Okay, so the 15 minutes is up. My screen says to load the food into the freeze dryer. Make sure that the drain valve is closed, which it is. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up. I'm just going to stack my trays of frozen scrambled eggs. Looks like my helper is getting a little bit of frozen eggs in the process. Okay, so my trays are now stacked up. And all I need to do now is close it up, and just gonna hit continue. And now it says it is freezing. The freeze dryer is going to do the rest for me. I have to do nothing from here. Basically, it's about a 24-hour plus process, so this will run a good bit. So you just want to be very patient with it, and when it is done, it'll beep at you. Now we have to open the drain valve, moving it to a horizontal position to open the door.